welcome Moon Magic Super Souls. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to anyone who is new. In today's readings we are asking what's happening for you in January 2023, as we are now approaching a new year. Now we are drawing 3 angel cards to guide you in. I have to say, Super Souls, I'm loving, I put some fairy lights out because we're obviously really in the Christmas zone at the moment, Christmas and New Year and solstice energy. It's just that time of year, and I'm loving the way that they are lighting up these rose quartz crystals. They are absolutely stunning. Look at the way they're capturing the light. Isn't that beautiful? It feels like such a blessing for our readings today. So what is happening in January 2023? Advice from your angels, advice from your guides, from your spirit team. We're drawing 3 cards and we'll draw 3 charms and 3 runes as well. Reading number 1, you have Angel of Dreams. Reading number 2, you have Angel of Success. And reading number 3, Angel of Past Issues. Okay, so 3 very distinct cards for each of the readings. Trust your intuition. If you find yourself drawn to more than one, which sometimes happens, it may be that different readings are applying to different areas of your life. Okay, so our runes, we have the rune of journey. We have, for reading number 2, we have the rune of growth. And for reading number 3, we have the rune of gateway. Your charms. Reading 1, you have a heart. Reading 2, you have a lizard. And reading 3, oh, there it is, you have a spiral. Okay, Super Souls, I'm going to leave the camera running for just a few moments longer. That way you can really just lean into your intuition if you're not quite sure and spend a little bit of time. And I will see you in the readings. The timestamps are in the description box, and I'll also put them in the comments for phone users for easy access as well. Hey, beautiful, reading number 1. I'm going to throw the astrology dice for you. You have Mars in Sagittarius. Wow. Okay, this is pretty big. You have the Angel of Dreams, which is also the card number 10. You have a heart and you have the rune of journey. This is very interesting already because Mars is a fiery energy. As we enter January, Mars is still in retrograde. And so there's a lot of internal opportunity to reevaluate, sort of from the inside out. And what we see here is someone sleeping here, but her dreams are, I want to say, gathering momentum in the ethers. Okay, the rune of journey, sometimes this does suggest travel, but more often than not, it's journeying within, removing obstacles that may be in your way. This is very interesting. I sort of feel with January, certainly you're going to begin January almost in a dormant or almost like a hibernation state, but incredibly positively. I don't really know what more to say just yet, reading number 1, but let's move that card over here with the rune and the charm. Let's place our dice up here as well. because Mars, Sagittarius, Sagittarian energy, it's expansive. We must draw more cards for you. Let's draw some oracle cards first. I'm very curious, reading number one, how you are feeling right now as we're drawing the cards, because I'm feeling like there is a real sense of sort of, I want to say, excited anticipation. I feel there's another card to come from this pack. Just not sure which it is yet. There's that one. And one last oracle card as well. And then we'll have a look and see what we have so far for reading number one. Okay, that is your card. Right. Okay. So we have Sisters of the Sacred Spiral. We have Union, and we have the heart here. We have Details, Details. This looks like the signing of a contract. We have Goblins, and we have Zebra. Reading number one. What are you dreaming in? I think you're going to see a shift in January from this sort of space of reflective hibernation, when something literally comes together and starts to have to be negotiated. Oh, we need a lot more cards for you, reading number one. Let's draw some tarot cards, reading number one, before we really dive into what I think for you is a magnificent turning point in January. But I shall say more in a moment. Let me see what else we are shown first of all for reading number one. Let us have a little look. Okay, so you have Knight of Wands. Okay, you have Four of Swords. You have the Nine of Cups. You have the Moon. Something's coming together. Yeah, look at this. 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and then the Ace of Coins. Right. Right. Reading number one, reading number one, reading number one. I am excited for you for January. Okay. I feel like there has been, and this may be really where you are right now, as if you have been in a place that's almost dormant, where you've been, I can't really say that you've been sleeping, gestating, pondering, checking stuff out, sort of knowing what direction you want to go in, but things haven't been quite ready to open up. Now this is really beautiful, this reading, because it's absolutely in alignment with the moon month that we are in. As we approach January, I did do a big video on the moon month and the different aspects of it in terms of laying a foundation for the year of 2023. And on Patreon, I have done readings for all signs for this moon month. And this is very much in alignment with that energy. So reading number one, something that you have been cultivating, thinking about, pondering, dreaming of is absolutely going to come together. Union, it literally comes together. Now I think because Mars is in retrograde as I'm doing this reading and will be for the first couple of weeks of January, I think this might be the pivotal shift and turning point for you guys. So I need to just check. I think it's about the 19th that Mars moves back into his forward motion. It's a very masculine energy. Yeah, I feel that I'm pretty certain it's the 19th. I will double check. But you know, super souls, there's going to be a point when something shifts. You're literally going to feel, you're going to feel a turning point. It's almost as if you wake up, or some aspect of your life wakes up or comes alive. A dream comes alive. Now, when this happens, I think it's going to be quite busy. Okay. What you're being, almost went to say recommended, but you know, a tarot reading, your spirit team, your guides, your angels, they never tell us what to do. We have conscious free will and choice, but they can offer guidance. What you're being advised to do is, in the first part of January, as we enter January, you really are being advised to pay attention to the details, cross the T's, dot the I's, notice anything that's kind of holding you back, and declutter. Let go of anything that's not working for you, because I think there's going to be a turning point. We have the moon here. There's a kind of a bridge going on here. Curiously enough, there's going to be, it feels like a crossing over, or it's either a coming together or a crossing over something, a stepping over something, or a bridging the gap of something. Reading number one, what we're seeing in January is a shift, a turning point, but it's not just like a stepping over something. Something basically falls into place. Something comes together. Now, for some of you, this could be connected to relationship. I suspect for all of you, it's connected to some aspect of relationship, but it could be a business partnership. We have the Ace of Coins. It could be a space of creative potential. We've got the Knight of Wands coming in. It could be love. We have the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups. But something comes together for you. It clicks into place in January. Something that you have either been nurturing, you've been pondering it. The guidance, advice from your angels for the first part of January, from now, and as we move towards January, what your spirit team are advising is for you to do the groundwork. And this is really consistent with the moon month that we are now in. You know, we have just had a new moon in Capricorn, which was really offering an amazing turning point to sort of refocus, to assess the past and orientate towards whatever it is that you wish to manifest in the year of 2023. But that energy of that new moon is very much carrying through for the entire moon phase, and I'm not going to say too much about it because I've done a whole video on it, and if you're interested in the different aspects of the moon and what all this is about, you know, do check out the video. I'll see if I can put a link right at the end maybe. But the point is, pay attention to the details. This is a time of investment, nurture, but not nurture, interestingly enough, in a getting out there kind of way. I think now, if you're watching this in December, right now and into January, I think the energy is really supporting you in It is literally crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Some of you may be needing to negotiate contracts. So it may be that something's come in as we approach the beginning of January, but it's needing to be negotiated. Either way, there's a coming together. And I do think somebody else, other people are involved here. So it could be a business partnership, it could be a personal relationship, but something comes together. And there's a great deal of potential here, but the foundation here needs to be attended to. You don't want to have any, what's this, the phrase I'm looking for? It's connected to the goblins. You know, you don't want a fly in the ointment. You don't want to get further down the road and realise that you didn't establish a clear contract to start with, or a clear arrangement, or you didn't establish what it was you wanted, or your part of the deal, or somebody else's part of the deal. So this is a time to really make sure that contracts are signed, sealed and delivered, that there's something really important about the foundation that you're laying here, because it's going to be establishing the solidness of whatever it is that you are about to embark on, whatever's about to emerge. We had the Ace of Coins, so we've got a real new burst of energy, a new vibrancy, a new something coming into you guys, whether this is energy, health, home, family, relationships, work, whatever this is in real terms. And we're seeing happiness, we're seeing contentment, we're seeing longevity, the promise of something. What you don't want is to get somewhere along the way, because this feels like a perfect plan. Okay, it's like you're hatching in your dream time, in your meditations, you're hatching the perfect plan, you're hatching the perfect way forwards for 2023. Now that's very much what the energy around us is really about anyway at the moment. But for you guys reading number one, it's really clear that you need to make sure that every aspect of the way in which you unite here with someone is covered really, really clearly. It's like drawing up contracts, putting it in writing, having those conversations, making decisions so that there's nothing that can be unseen or kind of come up and bite you later on. Do you know what I mean? And so integrity, authenticity are really clear. Now we are seeing an offer of something. This is the union, the coming together, something coming in. Sitting under Sisters of the Sacred Spiral here. I do think, even though it feels like you're in a gestation period or a slightly a waiting period, I think there may be an offer of something that comes in quite early in January for you. But you're going to need to contemplate it. You're going to need to think about it, to sit on it. Now it has all the promise of everything you want, but don't rush. Pay attention to the details. Do you know what's really coming through here, Super Souls? And I have to share this with you because it's very clear. It's coming through loud and clear. Now I remember speaking with, it was actually an estate agent, you know, like a real estate agent. And he actually was a very, very, very decent and honourable man. Very spiritual person, and I had some business dealings with him because of real estate, but I actually found him to be a really, really decent and honourable man. And I remember him saying to me when an offer was made, he said, when people make an offer, it is never their best offer. And he said, everyone has 3 offers in him. Okay, so this is really interesting coming through for your reading here. He said everybody has 3 offers in them. He said when someone makes an offer, I very politely tell them how absolutely delighted and grateful we are, but could you do a little better? Those were his kind of words. He was ever so English as well. He was like something out of a Jane Austen novel, really, in his sort of language and persona, but a super nice and very honourable man. and quite a character actually, and therefore was very good at his job because people trusted him, and that's not a world which one always associates, trustworthiness. Sometimes it's a bit of a wheeler dealer world with real estate and property, but he would very politely ask for a little more. Then he would get a second offer and he would go away and he would ponder it. He'd say, well, I feel we need to have some discussions around this. And then he would go back and sort of say, we're absolutely delighted with what you've offered us. And he would edge it up that last little bit. And then he said, if you get a third offer, that is your final offer, and you won't go above it. So he had this sort of system, but he did it in a really honourable, decent way. But he also it was like he understood the powers of negotiation, but not in an underhanded way either. So there was integrity involved. And there's something about you guys receiving an offer. There's an opening coming here. It's something that you've either been not retired, but quietly considering, dreaming, wanting, desiring, doing the legwork, doing the groundwork, pondering it, thinking about it, wishing for it. Whatever it is, it does connect to some form of negotiation which will involve other people. And I'm really mindful of these three offers. I'm not suggesting you will be confined to three. You might have one and think, well, that's amazing, but I'm really mindful that one should be considered. The first offer should be thought about, because I think actually you're going to come through this feeling very, very pleased with the result, but the attention to the detail needs to happen. You really need to make sure there are no goblins in the system, basically, and that you are very clear about what you want to aim for and what you're hoping to achieve by the end of it. There will be an offer of some sort, or a doorway opening. Something is forthcoming, and it's bright. It feels very bright and beautiful, and I do think that it's exciting, and it has great potential. But for your best interests, don't just accept it on face value. Negotiate on the best possible terms for everybody. It's not just about the best possible terms for you, it's the best possible terms for everyone, with real vision of what you are aiming to achieve in the long run. So we're not looking at something that will achieve a short-term goal. We're looking at something that will achieve a long-term prospects here. And reading number one, I think you'll sign the documents, or certainly by the end of January, I think you'll be getting ready to sign documents, if not actually already signing them and starting to do the actual work, engage in the new contract. Could be a job, could be a, and I'm going to say even a partnership of love. It's about making sure you're singing on the same page, so that you don't later down the road realise you've fallen in love with somebody and you've built it on the substance of complete and utter dreams that were never discussed. As a therapist, a counsellor, I was a psychotherapist for over 28 years, and I did loads of couples work. I loved couples work. I absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed getting people to, come together and to work things through, even if they chose not to stay together, to work things through. And I can honestly tell you, pretty much every couple I ever met, they had both entered into what felt like an amazing relationship. Things went wrong because they both had a different perspective of what they thought what they thought they wanted, and there were assumptions made that the other person wanted the same. And actually we were able to quite easily, once we got everything out in the open, kind of renegotiate and kind of recontract. I used to literally talk about contracts and say, we discuss, if you apply for a new job, you might negotiate the terms of the job description to make sure that it's exactly right for you. And then when you go ahead, there are no stumbling blocks, there's no goblins in the system. Literally, if we do that in a relationship, interestingly enough, we actually have an opportunity within a relationship to make sure that we're both on solid ground. It means there's there's no disappointments along the way. Gosh, I thought we were going to do this. Well, I thought we were going to do that. Ultimately, if all of those things are out in the open, it doesn't mean you'll probably end up doing both and finding your way through it. But it removes the opportunity for future disappointment that's been built on preconception. It's very much coming through here in your reading number one. This is, I feel like your beautiful team, your spirit team, are giving you actually very, very valuable insights into the way in which to navigate something here of great to real so there's real prosperity for everybody, but really to your advantage, you know, significantly. So, Super Souls, I think your reading is very clear. I think you will probably, if you're watching this in December, be in a space of nurturing, gestation, you know, preparing, still pulling things together. Something does come together in January. Relatively early on, I think there is an opening or an opportunity. There will be a need to process this, to think on it, to attend to the details. It carries every potential for massive long-term success. The key is making sure that you don't just rush into it, accept the first offer. You take time to read the contract. You cross the T's, you dot the I's with a view to making sure that everything is going to work for everyone. And I think then the union will be an extremely successful, vibrant, thriving one in whatever area of your life this arrives. And I do think once Mars turns forward, which I think is around the 19th, you'll begin to see the energy shift forwards. So with Mars in retrograde, it's a wonderful example of how we can use the retrograde energy to our best advantage, because it's totally geared towards reflection and observation rather than pushing forward. So if an opportunity comes, the timing is perfect to really review and think about how you want to move something forwards from a position of integrated wisdom and awareness. That's the nature of Mars in retrograde. So the timing for you is perfect. And then the point of turn will mean that it's absolutely perfect to then put it into action and move it forwards in real terms. So reading number one, this is a really, really interesting reading. It's very exciting. It's very thriving. I'm truly, truly thrilled for you. It really, really is absolutely fabulous. Reading number one, have a very exciting, I'm going to say very potentially prosperous January, but also a very thorough January, where you seize the opportunities that come to you and you actively make sure that they become a really solid foundation for whatever it is you are then going to invest in as the year unfolds. Super Souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Wonderful reading number one, people. If you'd like to get notification of any of my readings, I do tend to post 2, 3, 4 readings a week, usually around that sort of number. It varies. I also do special readings around the moon times, and I do readings for every single sign on my Patreon site. It's a very different setup over there. It's a donation site, so there are no advertisements on any of the readings. I do readings for all signs for the moon months, and I also do a tutorial as well for my Patreon people. So do check that out if that's of interest to you. Super Souls, I'm wishing you the most amazing January 2023. Hey, beautiful, reading number two. You have the Angel of Success, you have the Lizard, and you have the rune Berkana. This is the rune of growth, which suggests the beginning of a whole new phase of life, of prosperity as well. There's a real sense of achievement. It's not just success that has landed, it's success through achievement that is coming into your reading already. Let's throw the astrology dice for you. We have Mars in Virgo. Right, I'm going to say this is absolutely about achievement. This is success because of your hard work. You've achieved something and it reaches a culmination or success. Let's see what else we're shown for reading number two. We are asking what's happening for reading number two in January. the one that's shown itself. So service. Ooh, okay. Look at the way, can you see this, Super Souls? Look at this angel sitting here, and this looks just like an angel in the same position with this kind of incredible wing-shaped imagery here. You're being rewarded, I want to say, for your success, for your service, for your hard work. Tiger. Something pays off. Something pays off big time. What else do we have here? Okay, we've got Dragon's Lair. And we have home. We then have her joy renders the impossible task possible. Very interesting cards, reading number 2. Right. I want to say in January, you really, really do achieve success. It's success through being diligent, through working at something, through being consistent, through being honourable. There's a massive sense of recognition here. I feel like you've been walking a fine line over something, or having to handle some quite difficult circumstances. And actually, that shifts in January. We're seeing a turning point here. Now let me just draw more tarot cards before we really dive into your reading number 2. But this has been big. I feel like some of you have literally had to tread on eggshells, quite disempowered by a certain circumstance, or you've had to walk a fine line, or it's been very tricky. Have a look at your tarot cards as well. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You have the High Priestess. You have the Four of Cups. You have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Star, and you have the Sun as well. Wow. Wow. Okay. Fantastic. Reading number 2. Reading number 2, the Angel of Success is a really clear card. And you achieve success, you achieve validation, you achieve something that has been really tricky to achieve. There's no question of it. It's been really, you've been treading a fine line, handling a situation that, to be honest, has felt pretty precarious. I think, reading number 2, that in January, you come into your own power. Success is not just in a material way. I'm not saying it won't be materially rewarding, but it's sort of that's not what matters here. This is to do with coming into your own power in a way that it's life-changing from the inside out. The Tiger. You're not fearful. There's something maybe that has been troubling you, or that you've been afraid of doing, or that you've been afraid of, I don't know whether it's confronting. It doesn't feel confrontational particularly, but something has been going on that has sort of it's taken the edge off everything. You've had to walk a fine line. You've been walking on eggshells. You've been dealing with something or someone that's very frosty, cold as ice, real dragon's lair sort of stuff. And you achieve something here. Either you are validated, you're seen, it comes to a space of fruition, you're rewarded. The wheel is turning, and something that has previously been almost like taking up your headspace, getting in the way, too much airplay. You know how sometimes people are just an energy drain, or you find yourself constantly thinking about how to navigate something or how to manage a particular person or a conversation or a something. What happens in January for you is that changes. Now, I'm going to probably draw more cards for you guys because I think we need to know what causes that change. Can we have some more information? What we are shown here, reading number 2, unquestionably, is that situation shifts and changes. I almost feel as though that the door is closed to something that previously has really troubled you. Her joy renders the impossible task possible. It's really interesting because I think you are going to have a major cause for celebration because whatever has been bothering you comes to an end. I'm not saying it's without any sort of a tinge of sadness, but there's also a realness about it. I feel like this is something exits or comes to an end, a door is closed, and one way or the other, it's like whatever you've been dealing with, you actually you kept it together. Reading number 2, whatever it is in the uniqueness of your world. It's very interesting. When I saw the Angel of Success and Berkana, and I thought, wow, and the Lizard, the dream time. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to create? I mean, this little collaboration here is abundant, you know, in its essence. But this has got in the way of you being able to walk tall, of you being able to just be your authentic self. Somebody or something has been depleting your energy. And it's been, excuse my language, but bloody hard work is what I want to say, really, reading number 2. Bloody hard work. Well, you know, thank goodness the door is closing. I honestly think you're going to breathe the most monumental sigh of relief. And actually, what is super lovely here is that I really do feel your spirit team, your angels, your guides, and it is super lovely. It really, really is. They're really honouring the fact that you have stayed the course. You've stood by what you believed in, and you've acted with good intent. And it's been a pretty fine line to manage at times. That's what I'm seeing. But you have. Way to go. That's really being validated here. You've done the work, and it's been quite a hard slog. You've probably faced quite a lot of criticism. You've possibly even at times criticised yourself. Partly, I think, because you've done a lot of soul searching to try and work out how best to handle this situation. But the door is closing, and as one door closes, a new window of opportunity opens. There's a sense of liberation coming, and yet it is a quiet liberation, which is really interesting. Real sense of strength here. Yeah, something that was previously just taking up so much headspace is changing. There's going to be a big shift. Someone that you, I think, have bent over backwards to try and navigate the situation. You've tried really hard and to no avail. But actually, this is the point when a door closes in January. And when that door closes, we see a big shift. We see a celebration. It is literally as one door closes, a window of opportunity opens. And it's higher. Look at the energy here. We've got a doorway closing here at ground level, and then this window of opportunity with light creeping through. It's a higher level of living, a higher level of consciousness. I think this situation, this drain, has really actually been really quite hard. It's taken its toll, that's what I want to say. And this is the point in January where you reach the top of that mountain and it feels like you've had a mountain to climb, seriously. You reach the top of the mountain, something is closing, it's coming to an end, that's it. But you have, in the process of this, you've gained quite a lot actually. It may not have felt it at times because I think you've been pretty exhausted. But actually through this process, you've really, really learned how to maintain your own light, hold your own vision. It's been really hard to do so. This is a point of quiet celebration and success and renewed opportunity, renewed vitality, renewed energy, renewed hope, renewed optimism, all the stuff that you've worked to hold on to, that was depleted by this situation, is coming to a close. I feel we should draw a couple more cards, really, reading number 2, just to see what we're shown here for you. But I sort of almost feel maybe we don't need to look so much into this. You'll know what it is for you. What I do think is wonderful is that it comes to its completion. It comes to a close. Something you've worked really, really hard for. I sort of feel like it's been holding you back because it's been so demanding. So you've never lost sight of you. You've never lost sight of your own inner light. You've never lost sight of your dreams. But it was almost as though you just didn't have the energy because this was taking too much from you. There is real opportunity for quiet celebration and new beginnings here. I feel like your future is looking rosy. What is really interesting is it changes. You are being honoured for your service, and you're being honoured for how much you have invested, sort of almost against all odds, you know, really, to be quite honest with you. Let's draw a few more tarot cards. I think what I'm going to ask here for you, reading number 2, is I will just ask something around this, nothing too much, but just something around this. I'm also going to ask to see where this is going in the future. So may we please have a little bit more information around the dragon's lair, first of all, please. I think 3 cards. And then may we please, actually it's 4. May we please have cards to see where this is going. Actually, that 4th card may be to see where it's going. I'm feeling that now. Yes. And ooh, very, very buoyant, your cards today. Reading number 2. Placing that little card there, I feel that's coming out too. So let's first of all see what we have. Okay, so we have the Lovers. We have the 2 of Cups. Okay, this is very interesting. We have the 9 of Wands. And then we have the 10 of Wands, right? Very clear. Very, very clear. So I want to say a situation that in principle should have been really lovely. You know, something that should and could have been quite joyous and harmonious just became a treading on eggshells. It became a challenge. It became a burden. You know, something that in principle, it didn't need to be like this. I think that's been part of what you've been handling. It really didn't need to be as hard work as it was. I don't think it was you that made it hard work, but I think the point is it ended up being a burden. We're seeing something that's shifted from something that should have been and could have been beautiful, flowing, full of love, full of energy, full of delight, something that could have been a good, strong collaboration where people worked together. It just became really, really, really hard work. It became a series of obstacles to overcome that's quite simply were just a burden. That's really all that we need to say about this. And I think you ended up carrying the bulk of this. That's what I would say, this situation, or whatever that is for you, that, you know, the dragon's lair here. So what do we then have moving forwards? Let's move that card over here. You can see it became a burden. That's clear. Where are we going here? We have the Page of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups. Good. We have the Page of Cups. Look at this, pages coming out through here. And we've, oh, wonderful, we've got the World as well. We have the Four of Cups, Celebration, and we have the World. Right, okay, super nice. So this is I can see something that really, it didn't have to be that difficult, but it kind of was, and it ended up being such a challenge. Instead of a collaboration, it became a burden. You've been carrying the weight of this. It shouldn't have been as hard work as it was, but it was. But this is ending. The Page energy is very sort of youthful. It's very it means something is moving into a space of new beginnings, and you are going to have every right to feel very, very good about yourself and the way that you've handled this. And we've already been shown that in the card of service and the Angel of Success. You will have every right, and I believe you will be seen. There is a validation here. You will be seen for who you are and for the way in which you've handled it. And we are seeing energy, we're seeing renewed energy, we're seeing renewed vitality, renewed love, and we're seeing validation of you. So something is coming to an end, a door closes, and you will be seen for who you are in the best possible light. Whereas I think, you know, you've ended up carrying way more of a burden than was ever yours to carry, that you are now receiving the validation and the acknowledgement and the reward that you deserve. And we are seeing rewards along with a door closing and new opportunities. I do think you will receive, literally, I think you're going to reap in some benefits for the hard work that you have put into something against all odds, actually, and in a situation that was monumentally difficult. And I think it's twofold here. I think reading number 2, in January, we are seeing not just a door close with new opportunities opening. We are seeing success in terms of your validation, and we're seeing success in terms of real physical rewards coming to you as well, in acknowledgement for your hard work, your service, and for everything you have done. And we are seeing the completion or the conclusion of something. A door is closing, which I think for you guys will actually feel like a bit of a relief, if I'm truly honest. But you've learned from this, you've gained from it. So way to go and well done you. But we are seeing in January, reading number 2, a very, very, very a challenging situation comes to an end, and we are seeing success, reward, both in validation and in real terms. I think that's really all that we need to say here for you. Super Souls, I want to say you've been amazing. That's really clear, really, really clear. And you've grown and learned from this. Your capacity to develop resilience and to do what's right and to hold your own, even under challenging circumstances, is remarkable. Way to go, seriously, way to go. Super Souls, I am wishing you an amazing January. It really feels like this is long overdue. This needed to come to an end, and that new opportunity, reward, validation needs to come. It does feel like this is a big month for you, reading number 2, and really, really needed almost, is what I want to say. Beautiful reading number 2, people. Thank you for subscribing, all of you, for subscribing, liking and sharing. It really does help to support the channel. And if you want to get, what I was about to say was, if you want to get notification of any of my readings, I post 3-4 readings a week, sometimes more. Special moon month stuff. I post readings for all signs now as well every month, tying in with the moon months, but I do that on Patreon. That's a different site. It's a donations site, so you make donations to access the readings, and I post a tutorial there every month as well. But it is a donation site, but there are also no advertisements either, which is just wonderful. So do access those if that is, you know, that interests you. If you want to keep on getting the free readings that I post here on YouTube, if you press the little bell icon when you subscribe, they should come into your stream. I post a ton of free stuff and put all sorts of things into the world, so I'll put all the relevant links in the information box below so you can access anything and everything that might be helpful to you. Super souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Hey, beautiful reading number 3. You have Angel of Past Issues, you have the beautiful Sacred Spiral, and you have the rune of Gateway. I'm going to throw the astrology dice. You have Jupiter, wow, in Leo. That is awesome. So something is expanding. Something is opening up for you. I always feel this is a bit like coming out of a labyrinth in some way, shape or form. And the rune of Gateway, whilst we are asked to pause and to stop and to evaluate, we do so, we lean into a space of gratitude for everything, even the rubbish stuff, because we've learned something, and we step through the gateway. So something here is about to expand. In January for you, reading number 3, that's what we're being shown. And with the Leo energy, we're seeing celebration. Maybe draw some more cards, please, for reading number 3. Let's draw some oracle cards first. Your card. There we are. And a spirit animal guide for January for reading number 3. There are your cards. Okay, let's have a look at your oracle cards first. You have music. I feel this is like you refinding your rhythm. Look at this, the slave dances into freedom. Do you escape from something? We have sea serpent. We have stuck in the mud and gentle gardener. Okay. Reading number 3. So what I already feel just from the cards that we have so far is, I think in January, something is going to expand. Something that hasn't been moving is going to move. What I would also say is, you don't actually have to, force it. It's going to naturally expand. We're seeing this for me is always reminds me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, this card. It's like, you know, the golden ticket that comes to the person who's really, really been struggling. They've been going without, you know, they're down to their last bowl of cabbage stew and that's it. You know, all the grandparents sleeping in one bed and Charlie sleeps on the floor or something like that, as the story goes. We're seeing liberation, but it's not just liberation, it's something being gifted so that something can move forwards that has previously been stuck. Like refinding, if you have been in any kind of situation in your world where you haven't been able to move forwards, what we're seeing in January is a shift and a move forwards. We're seeing the eggs crack, but we're also seeing guidance, we're seeing support, we're seeing help. I think, reading number 3, that something finally moves into flow. It's like the timing is right for you. Something is going to move into flow. Something's going to shift. Something's going to be offered to you. And you don't have to, this is the joy, you don't have to make it happen. I think literally the gateway, you can just be sitting there. It's as if you re-find your own rhythm, and everything then starts to actually fall into place. What else may we be shown, please, for reading number 3 for January? Let's look at these tarot cards to start with. Right, so you have the 9 of Wands. How interesting. You have been, gosh, I want to say, what's the saying that comes when people are, burning, is it like burning the candle at both ends? Is that the right saying? I think so. Yeah. Where you've been managing to stay above the water, but I think it's been quite precarious. Now we have Ace of Coins. We've got a gift. We have the Lovers, a card of choices. We have the 2 of Coins, coming back into balance, finding your rhythm. And we have the card of Strength. This is very interesting. Right. Everything in your reading number 3, is suggesting that I sort of feel you've maybe been burning the candle at both ends is probably about the best thing that I can say. Maybe over the Christmas and New Year period, it may be that you actually have a moment to pause, to get your head above water, to re-find your balance, but something's coming in that will give you an opportunity to do exactly that. Things are going to move forwards. This is a reading that actually says, look, the universe is actually sorting things out in the background for you. I'm loving that. It literally is saying the universe is sorting things out. You've really been, you've been incredible in terms of what you've been doing, but the universe is about to expand something. A gateway is about to open. The golden ticket is about to land. Resources coming to you in a way that give you choices. Have the Lovers bang in the middle here. Going to draw more cards for you. Maybe have more information for reading number 3. We have the Hermit. Okay, this is starting to make some sense. And we have the 5 of Wands. Right, okay, it is making sense. Right, in January, I think what we're being shown here for you, reading number 3, is you will receive an offer of help. I think you've really been going it alone, keeping it all together, being the one that holds it all together, being the one that juggles all the plates, being the one that spins all the plates, keeps everything going, keeps everything above water. It's like you've been going it alone. And I think that is about to change. And I think in January, we see rebalance coming back in, but the reason it comes back in is because there is an offer of help. You've been doing everything on your own, to the point where you've honestly, you've probably been burning out. Something is coming into you that will give you, it's one of those moments when you stand back and you think, where did that come from? It's like the synchronicities are extraordinary. I think this does come in the form of literally physical or material assistance. It could be money, it could be physical help, it could be a neighbour offering to do something for you, or a friend offering to do something. It could be a partner stepping up and carrying their weight. It could be meeting somebody who comes into your world. But what we are seeing here is you've been carrying the bulk of something to the point where I think it has been really, really well, you've been a bit of a superstar, to be fair, but you've been going it alone. That's what we're seeing here with the Hermit, to the point where, I mean, you've valiantly carried on, but it's put you out of rhythm, it's put you out of your own balance. And what we are seeing is the expansion of your world without you having to do it all. And that's what we're being shown for January. We're being shown real help coming in for you in a real practical, pragmatic, physical way, whether it is love and care and nurture, coming from somebody who says, don't worry, I'll do the washing up kind of thing, someone stepping up, or somebody bringing you a gift of money coming in, resources coming in. However it is, it's almost as if you have reached a point where I think you've questioned how long you can keep going as you are going. And the universe has heard that prayer and says, that's okay. You sit down, you pause, you rest, and we'll bring you the help that you need. Something very real and very pragmatic and very practical is coming in the way of assistance. And it's going to really create a new opportunity for you to approach things differently. That's what it feels like here. I'm really loving your reading. It's quite interesting. I'm finding myself, I listen to what I feel like in a reading number 3. Do you know, I feel like as I'm sitting here that I have an ache in the middle of my back. I'll just voice it, and I feel like you guys have put your back into it. You know, those kinds of sayings that really tell us about where we store emotions in our physical body. Now, I worked as an accredited counsellor, a psychotherapist, for 28 years. There's the most extraordinary ton of research that shows where we carry stress in our bodies, and those sorts of old sayings are really, really valuable. You know, put your back into it, we shoulder responsibility, or something chokes you up, or you feel gutted, or you can't swallow that, or it's indigestible, or all those sayings tell us where in the body something sits. And I feel like you guys have been carrying the weight of something. And it does, it feels like you've put your back into it, but you've carried more, I could say more than your fair share. There's a resonance of, it's different. There is a resonance to reading number 2 in this. So if you were drawn to both, it may be relevant to tune in with reading number 2 as well. But this is interesting because it's different to reading number 2 in that it's a very distinct expansion and celebration, because something is given to you, and it is a gift. And it feels very pragmatic. It could be, a golden ticket. It could be someone, taking you on holiday. It could be a lottery win. How exciting if that is the case. But it feels like something practical, pragmatic in terms of assistance and help is coming to you. And that is going to give you some breathing space. And it means that literally you'll be able to pause and find some time to realign, rebalance, re-find your own rhythm, and then move ahead with a fresh perspective. And that comes, I think for some of you, the gift of something is exactly what causes you to re-find your balance, and therefore to be working with support in a way that you can then move forwards. For others, something arrives that gives you an opportunity to be able to, it's a bit like having a financial cushion, where something arrives and you think, gosh, with that coming in, I don't have to worry about everything, and therefore I can ease off and not push myself so hard. You know, I haven't got to do 2 different jobs at once, or 3 different jobs, you know, do my day job and do a, I don't know, a paper round and another evening job as well to make ends meet. It's like something's given to you that means resources are there. So actually I can just do the day job. I don't have to do the extras anymore. It's got that flavour about it. So something coming in that allows you to rebalance, re-find your own rhythm, however that arrives, and whether it's because you then share the load with someone, we have the Lovers, or whether it is someone bringing you something that allows you just to stop. We have Stuck in the Mud, just to stop and rebalance, and then the way will become clear. However we're seeing this, beautiful reading number 3, what we are seeing is the gift of something that is going to enable you to re-find your own rhythm and to approach life from a totally renewed place of opportunity. And we do have celebration here. Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter is expansiveness, it's optimism, it's opportunity. Leo, we're celebrating. It's larger than life. Again, there's a realness to this. So I feel as though you guys may have sort of felt like life has been an endurance test for a while. But actually this is about to shift, and it's about to change. And that change, as far as we are being shown here, is taking place in January. And that feels fantastic, because I do feel this is needed for you. I'm dead excited. I sort of almost want to draw a few more cards and ask if you're going to win the lottery, but we probably wouldn't be shown a yes or a no. I will just perhaps draw a few more cards for you, one way or the other though. Let's just ask for a teensy bit of information about the Slave Dances into Freedom. What is this golden ticket? Can we have more information? We have Justice. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh. And we have the World. Wow. Right. This feels like justice almost on a karmic level. I want to say reading number 3. Justice on a karmic level. It's like you've worked and worked and worked and worked. And I really do feel it's like the universe is saying, look, you can't keep going on the way you are. We're going to step in and we're going to intervene. We're going to bring things back into balance for you. We're going to right your energy. We're going to bring you into a space where you can love life again, rather than feel exhausted. You know, I feel like you're on a hamster wheel, or you've been on a hamster wheel. This is changing in January. Justice, very interesting. This has come up in, I think it was reading 1, to do with signing contracts, or was it reading number 2? I'm absorbed in every reading, so I tend to shut out the others once I'm in the new one. But there's something about the signing of contracts that came up in one of the other readings as well. You're going to be given something, and it's very specifically, it's real, it's practical, it's pragmatic. And it's absolutely going to revitalize emotional energy, is what's coming through here as well. because I think you're not just physically tired, I think you're emotionally tired. In fact, I would venture to say, reading number 3, that's what's coming through loud and clear now. Actually, the biggest challenge for you has been the emotional draining. It's not just the physical stuff. It has been physically challenging, but it's been emotionally draining. You've been fired up and not able to quite know which way to go with things, I think. But we're seeing you regain your balance. Justice will be served. We are literally, I feel like the universe is really intervening here and saying, look, you can't keep going as you are. We're going to interfere here. We're going to big you up. We're going to put you into a place where you can refill your own cup. And actually, you can then re-enter the world with new eyes. Because emotionally, you're going to be free of some stuff that has been holding you back. I feel in a way there's some very practical, real, pragmatic things going on in your world, but what's attached to these pragmatic, practical things is the emotional stuff. There has been a lot of emotionality in your world, and that has been draining you. That is partly what is being removed through the application of and the entry point of practical, pragmatic, real help and assistance. You know, if you are, it's what I would call the emotional toll. I used the example a moment ago of the idea of you know, doing a full-time job and then doing a nighttime and an evening job as well, you know, doing bar work and doing a paper round just for the extra cash. It's like then winning some money, or a friend hands you some money or gives you some money, or says, you know, here's a holiday, you really need it. And the thing that you're given gives you some breathing space, and it takes you away from the full-onness of everything that's going on. But it also gives you, there's a sense of security coming in here that allows you to take that breathing space. So you're not just going away, but worrying about it all the time. What's coming is significant enough for you to be able to have some real breathing space and get back into your rhythm, to let go of some of the emotional burden that has come along with the other stuff that's been going on. Because the emotional burden is also a weight to carry. It's never just the physical, practical stuff. It's the worry that's going on in the background. If you're, you know, doing more than one job, I'm just using that as an example. If you're doing more than one job, then to be honest, you're probably worrying incessantly. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing more than one job. So it's the removal of the worry as well. Whatever it is, remove some of the worry and the concern and the overload, which in turn affects your physical output as well. So either something coming in physically to help so you don't have to worry so much about doing everything, but it's hand in hand anyway. It's the emotional stuff that's really coming through here. That's part of what is going to shift and be released. And I am seeing release here distinctly. And I do feel that you don't have to do too much to make it happen. I feel the universe is actively orchestrating this for you because it kind of needs to happen. You really do need to take time out and to reorientate. And once you reorientate with rebalanced energy and your own rhythm again, then, you know, the horizon will start to open up. So we're seeing the opening up of things in January for you, reading number 3, but it's going to come through a gift, I believe, or as something arriving for you in some way, shape or form that is pragmatic, but will also remove the emotional element of burden too. Super Souls, this is your reading. If this is resonating with you and you'd like to get all of my readings in your stream, I post 3-4 readings a week, usually, sometimes more, and moon updates and all kinds of things. And thank you, Super Souls, all of you, for subscribing, liking, sharing. You know, when you do these things, it really does help to promote the channel. So thank you so much. And if you want to get anything that I post into your stream, if you press the little bell icon as well as subscribing, they should come through for you. I do post readings for all signs now as well, but I post them on Patreon, which is a very different platform. It's a donations platform, so people donate in order to access the readings. I do a tutorial there every month as well, but there are no adverts. It's a very different kind of playing field, really. But do check those out if that's something that you'd like to tune in with. I'm doing all signs readings, every zodiac sign, for every moon month, so we're really aligning with the energy of the moon and the influence of the moon, so that it's really about supporting our ability, everybody's ability, to learn to manifest with the moon, because the energy is really, really helpful if you really understand it. Super souls, thank you so much for joining me. I feel like you are going to hopefully get a very well deserved break, rest, opportunity, but it's the removal of the emotional burden that is as big as the physical one. That's really clear. Tons and tons and tons of love. Reading number 3.